Hey guys, common ground here. So I want to weigh in, I'll admit, from a position of ignorance when it comes to the P. Diddy situation about what's going on. So here on TikTok, we spend all day fighting. We fight over, I'm a black person and I'm a victim. We fight over, I'm a white person and I'm a victim. We fight over, I'm neither and I'm a victim. We fight over Donald Trump bad, Donald Trump good. He is the Antichrist. He is the second coming of Christ. Nonsense. We argue over these stupid things. The one kid unalives the other kid in Texas, and we try to pretend that because his skin color is a certain color, he's the victim. And then we say, because the other kid's skin color is other skin color is what it is, he's got to be the victim. Nobody knows what actually happened. None of us were there, but we all weigh in our opinions based on what tribalism we decide to identify with on that day. And we don't even realize we're all being manipulated. Now we got the big, beautiful bill going. I'm in renewable energy, so obviously I'm not too happy about what's going on in the big, beautiful bill. I do support the president. I support the government in what they're trying to do because I understand things a little better than most. But some things on that bill I don't like. The way I explained it to a friend of mine recently was I am allergic to the main course. I like some of the side dishes, and then some of the other dishes I'm fine with just leaving on the table. But everybody's got to eat. That's my argument. And the reason I say that is because everybody's arguing over this, and guess what? It don't matter what you have to say. It don't matter how you feel. It don't matter that you paint your hair blue and play with his sign in front of town hall. Nobody cares. You're not changing anything. That is a silly thought process. It's as dumb as AOC saying, we need to impeach Trump. Like, how do you elect this person? This is not a serious person. This is a person that's grifting off the people and off her race baiting to make money. That's it. If she was serious, those words wouldn't even come out of her mouth. It's silly. He won the popular vote. He owns the House and the Senate and the House. What are you talking about? You can't impeach him. It's not possible. So why even say it? Why waste time bringing up, like you're wasting energy? Isn't there something better you can do? So my point is this. I named all those things I just named, right? I can name 10 more that people are fighting over. Why girls are so damn disgusting and promiscuous today. Why aren't there no real men anymore? Like, you pick the angle. You know what I mean? Why are men doing their drizzle like now? Is it wrong? Is it right? What's the right body count? It should body count, man. All that stuff. It's all noise. You know what isn't noise? Protecting your children. It's funny, I made that video today about my daughter going to Florida. But protecting your children isn't noise. Protecting your children from perverted leftists that want to indoctrinate 5-year-olds and teach them about sexual orientation at 5 years old, yeah, that matters. Protecting them against bad people that have to go on certain lists and aren't supposed to live near schools, that matters. Protect them against dirty people and old people and people that are going to hurt children, it matters. Protect them against immigrants that have done bad things and then come to our country and our government re-releases them into society and knows that they've done these bad things. How are you not in uproar over this? Oh, you know why? Because you're still going, Orange Man bad, here's my flag. I'm going to go throw paint at a car. Or I'm going to be mad because oil is ruining the climate and silly stuff like that. And I'm sorry, it's silly stuff. You haven't caught on yet. Climate change is a hoax. The climate is changing, but they don't know why. To what degree human beings have to do with it. They don't know what role. They know that's all nonsense. And they know they're lying to you, but they know you're not going to call them on it because it's like a religion now. But nonetheless, because 0.3% of carbon changed, so now the whole world is changing. The world changes all the time. P. Diddy is about to get off. He got charged with 5 things. First, he got charged with a bunch. They shrunk it down to 5 things. They swung for the fences, RICO, trafficking, and transportation to commit prostitution. 2 counts of each, and then we all know what took place. Everybody that is an adult and not fake or racist, because I know some people that identify with him will defend him no matter what he does, or not some disgusting celebrity that's just trying to save face, LeBron James is, or Chris Hart's, or what's the little guy's name? Is it Chris Hart? Kevin Hart, whatever. You know what I mean? Like guys like that. Yeah, I get it. You're the Ellen DeGeneres. All those people used to party with him. I get it why you're like Leonardo DiCaprio. I get it why you're all going to be like quiet about it or defend him. Because you were there. Everybody knows what took place at P. Diddy parties. People have come forward and talked about 13-year-old girls and 14-year-old boys at this party. People have come forward and said how there is baby oil that affected their minds, and it was used in different techniques to trick people and take advantage of people and great people and, celebrities that dealt with this. Everybody knows the Usher stories. Everybody knows the Justin Bieber stories. We all know what took place. We're all adults. We don't have to be there. We may not have to know all the details, but we know some wrong things happened, right? We all can agree. If anybody on here thinks I'm wrong or lying, I want to hear it, because I want to know who your doctor is that can work with you and maybe bring you back to reality. Everybody knows what took place, just like everybody knows what happened at the Epstein Island. We all know what took place there. We all know who went there. You can pick and argue over who didn't or whatever. I know everybody tries to throw Trump in that list, although there's no proof he ever went to the island, but he was definitely on the plane or something. And then you definitely could throw Bill Gates in there and Bill Clinton. We know why they were there. Everybody talks about why they're there and what was going on. In other words, they were being recorded in doing these things and put in these uncomfortable positions or illegal situations so they could use this leverage against them later. You don't got to be smart to look at this and go, okay, yeah, I get that. That makes sense. You know what I mean? If you want to get celebrities or powerful people to do what you want, you put them in bad situations, record it, and use it against them. Everybody knows, Pam Bondi herself spoke about all the videos from Epstein. And everybody knows about all the videos from Diddy and how lawyers were sending emails to the Justice Department to try to negotiate to get the video with their celebrity off of there. What is there to negotiate? Well, we're all fighting on TikTok. Fighting over whether or not, Elon is going to steal your Social Security check or whatever. The people that are actually supposed to be protected, our children, are not being protected by the people that we pay to protect them. The Justice Department, the police, the state police, the federal government, the FBI, they all get paid to protect our children. And they all know what's going on, and nobody's doing nothing. Where are the protests for the kids? For the 13-year-old girls who were picked up in Florida and flown to Epstein's Island? Or the boys that were flown to Diddy's parties so celebrities can have their way with them and then disappear into the sunset? Where is the protest? Why is everybody not upset that the Epstein list has not been released yet? Why is nobody upset that not a single person has been arrested in collusion with Diddy? He didn't go to these parties by himself. Everybody there was at least guilty of endangering the welfare of a minor. Everybody there. Where's the arrests? Why is Kim Kardashian not sitting in jail? Why isn't J-Lo not sitting in jail? Why are they not arrested? They were there. They were involved. Involved. People have said they were involved in the acts. What are we talking about? Jay-Z, why isn't he in jail? He was involved. At least he was allegedly involved. The people that were in the room said, yeah, it was him. Now, don't get me wrong. Of course, they could bring a name in. Absolutely. If 100 people get accused, probably 10 of them are just made up. But a lot of them are true. We all know they're true. Everybody knows what went on. We're not stupid. We're all adults. Why aren't we protesting that? Forget about all the other noise. Let's solve that. Let's stop letting rich people and celebrities rape our children while our police and state police and FBI sit back with their hands and go, nothing we can do. Really? You didn't raid his place? You guys didn't offload videos? Why aren't you guys freaking out? Where's the evidence? Where are the videos? Everybody knows they exist. Everybody's seen the videos of him walking around the parties. Everybody knows the mindset of somebody like a P. Diddy or an Epstein and what they're doing. Of course they're recording it because they use it as leverage. Why do you think everybody feared Diddy? I don't understand. We sit there and argue. Now, what's going on with Diddy is he was found guilty of 2 charges of intent or transportation with intent to commit prostitution, whatever. 10 years a pop. He's going to do 3 or 4 and he's out, right? Maybe less. Who knows? Maybe he'll work some kind of deal, pay somebody off or whatever. And there's no other arrests? There's no other arrests. We're talking about hundreds of parties, many children, nothing. No. I mean, he didn't even get any real trouble, let's be honest. Everything he did, he just kind of walked. And we're all okay with this? We're protesting Trump. We're arguing over the big bill. But we're okay with this, right? It's fake. You're not real. You don't really care. Or at least your priorities are all screwed up. I don't care what's in the big bill at this point. I care that P. Diddy's going to walk in 3 years, and he's probably responsible for improper actions, I got to choose my words, it's TikTok, towards children times 100. And he probably has 100 plus co-conspirators. and nobody's getting arrested? Nobody. Are you guys serious? But you want to protest Elon and Doge. Yeah, you guys really need some work. You need some help. You need to get your priorities straight. And all you guys on the right that are all about, pro-police, pro-military, American flag patriotism, these are your kids that they're targeting. These are American kids. This isn't the punks in England that don't care that the Pakistanis grape their children and their daughters. They're all punks. That's why they lost the Revolutionary War in the first place. They're cowards. They're sissy boys. 1,600 girls get abused and they get no jail time because they're all twisted in the head with the woke agenda. That's not America, or is it? Because here we are now having this conversation. Epstein, committed suicide, sure guy, and now Diddy's gonna walk. 3 years and he's out. Probably 100 victims, maybe 500, who knows? Children, he's out, and nobody's protesting. Nobody's at the courthouse with signs. In fact, some people are supporting him because they're that sick in the head. We got to figure this out, people. Stop being fake. Oh, I'm going to get all upset because some guy got, unalived by a police officer and the skin color was the right matchup. So now we're all going to go crazy and try to get a paycheck for the family, And then 37 children will be shot this month in Baltimore in the same manner. But if the skin colors don't line up, we don't care. What are we talking about here, man? What are we doing? We need to organize and focus on the stuff that really matters and start targeting these bad people in our society and get rid of them. Start throwing them in jail. Start eliminating them. Start getting them out of the country. I don't care. Send them to that prison in El Salvador. I don't care. But something has to change. We cannot be protesting, drinking milk because we're vegans and milk is bad. But we're okay with Diddy having hundreds of freaking victims and nobody says a word. You really don't think we got our priorities screwed up in our society today? We're more worried about rage bait clicking than we are about protecting our children. There's something wrong with us. We need to find a path to we need to find Jesus or something because something's not right. We got our priorities all screwed up and it drives me nuts. Diddy should not walk in 3 to 4 years. I don't have to be there. I didn't even look at the evidence. I've seen enough sprinkled on the internet to put the pieces together. Everybody knows what took place. Nobody can argue. I don't even think he argued it. How could he? Probably didn't even take the stand. But how could he argue it? He knows. Everybody knows what kind of person Diddy is. Everybody knows. I can't choose the words I want to use, but the kind of man he is. Everybody knows. You hear all the stories. You've seen the videos smacking around the girl in the hallway, and this. You know. You already know. So what are we doing? When do those protests start? I'll go to them. Somebody organize that protest. Where's the Epstein list? Where's the Diddy list? Why hasn't LeBron James been put in handcuffs, or Kevin Hart, or Ellen DeGeneres, or Leonardo DiCaprio, or the 50 other celebrities that were there when children were on stage naked and being forced to do all kinds of things? Where are the arrests? Look, if they're all adults, I don't care if there's 100 of them in the house. Do whatever you want. I don't care. But as soon as you start telling me there's a 13-year-old boy in that picture right there and all those men have their shirts off, I know what I'm looking at. You know what you're looking at. Where are the police in this? Why are they not out going crazy and resigning out of disgust that nobody's being arrested, the people that are investigating this? How much cowards could they be? I'm sorry, this doesn't sit with me. It shouldn't sit with anybody. This should piss everybody off. Left, right, center, doesn't matter. Gonna walk. And nobody else is being arrested. Epstein list still not released. And Pam Bondi lying to your face saying, oh, it's because we have to protect the children. You're so full of crap. It's been 10 years. You take a marker and cross out the name. There you go. You protected the children. Now release the list. Who was there? What were they doing there? Where are the arrests? They were going to let Epstein walk. The first time they gave him a sweetheart deal, we're going to let him walk. He pled guilty, they're going to let him walk because of who he's connected to. This is not good for our country, and it's certainly not good for the safety of our children. Maybe we do need a third party. Some kind of, I don't know what kind of move, maybe Elon's right, where we stop this power struggle between the left and right, where they hold hands and help each other while they're doing all these horrible things. I don't know, that's just my opinion. I don't know where the common ground on this one is, because I don't understand how everybody's not pissed off about this. I don't understand why there's not organized protests. We want the Epstein list released, and we want people to lose their jobs. You hear these stories about FBI agents shredding documents to hide things. And okay, well, who got arrested? You know what I mean? Like, where did that story come from? Is it made up? Because it's coming from the news. Somebody said something. Where's the investigation? Where's the follow-up? Nothing. Just silence. You know, as if that's okay. We can just let that happen. You keep hearing all these stories about all these horrible things going on, conspiracy theories and this and that, and then the Kash Patels and another guy, I can't think of his name right now, and the Pambandis are all like, we're going to get to the bottom of it, and then they get the seat in power, and then they go, nothing to see here, sorry. Now, I don't know, maybe the Greys or something are really running the world, and these guys are getting the inside look and going, okay, we just shut our mouths. I don't know. There's got to be something I'm missing, but there is no excuse why America is not up in arms on the streets, 100 million strong, saying, we want these people arrested. We're done with this. We don't want this to be our society no more, where if you have enough money and enough connections, you can hurt children. That nobody should be able to sit right with that. I know 1 or 2 in 100 are the pedo word, so it's okay with you. But the other 98 need to be pissed off, especially if you're a parent. Because it could be your kid. It could. You don't know. You know what I mean? Especially when you got celebrities involved. Kids follow them around. Anyway, that's all I got. I had to say that. I just saw the results and I was pissed off. So I just wanted to get it off my chest. Everybody have a great day.